grope doing in here?
Come to see how his complaint's progressing?
No chance.
So we're dropping French in at the deep end then?
Why not? We don't have favourites, do we? Anyway, according to Alex, she's shaped up very well on a street duties course. So maybe she can show Stamp how to do the job properly.
At least she won't get done for racial harassment. She's rotten colour.
You won't have met our new Detective Chief Inspector, Kim Reed, Lawrence Joseph, the local councillor for the Belmont Ward. And this is Everton Warwick and Andrew Rice, the community representatives for the Jasmine Allen estate.
Pleased to meet you.
Do it, Jack.
Thanks. Oh,
Sir?
I thought we'd keep it informal.
Oh, yeah, right.
340 Quinnan, Sierra Oscar 2. I've got some messages for you, yeah?
Sarge.
363 Loxton, 643 Ackland, Sierra 1. 595 Stamp, 832 French. Beat 3, Foot Patrol. With particular reference to Jasmine Allen estate.
Never mind, Delia. Can only get better.
Don't see how.
I'd like courtesy and tact out there as well. There are people upstairs from Jasmine Allen at this very moment questioning the way we do our job. Let's not give them any more ammunition.
If you come across anything, use your judgment. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Sierra 1 will be an easy reach. OK?
Yes, Sarge.
Questions?
No.
Sir?
No, on your way, please. Something you don't approve of in that message, Bob?
No, sir, the message was fine. I just don't like the implication that this relief is suddenly full of racists.
Another 2 officers with a complaint against them is a matter for complacency, is it?
No, but it's like football. Active players, the ones that get stuck in, well, they're going to get a booking now and again. It's inevitable. And it's the same with active policemen.
So it's all right for Stamp and Quinnan to push the likes of Everton Warwick around and call them bastard spades?
Allegedly called.
Allegedly, of course. The classic defence of the crafty copper. Sit tight, say nothing, and they can't touch you.
Well, it works for the criminals. Why shouldn't we have the same rights?
See our mutual friend?
Eh?
Warwick.
Well,
In the nick, having tea and bickers with a cheap super, apparently.
perhaps he's in the Masons.
What is Everton to think of his chances of getting justice when your own statistics are against you? More than 300 cases of racial harassment in the last 3 years, and only 1% of officers involved get disciplined. 1%? Does this mean that 99% of black people are liars?
So, this complaint, did you arrest him or not?
Which we arrest him. I arrest anyone who stops me doing my job.
We had a call, right? Suspect car theft on the estate. We hack it down there, question the lake concerned. Up pops our friend Warwick behind us.
You must have radar. Any arrest within a mile radius and Warwick and his mates are there discussing your parentage.
So we discussed his.
All I can say is that the Commissioner does share your disquiet. One of the points of the Plus programme was to make the complaints procedure more effective.
Plus programme. More talk and propaganda. To your people on the streets, we're still crap, and that's how you'll go on treating us.
That does cut both ways, Mr. Warwick. Our officers are a constant target.
Yes, all right, Derek. Thank you. Look, this isn't meant to be a forum for discussing the complaints procedure. We're here to talk about the Jasmine Allen estate. So, Mr. Joseph, what are we going to do about the drug dealers?
Well, we could start by not pretending there are more of them than there actually are, and using them as an excuse to swamp the estate with police.
I'd hardly call a pair of officers on foot patrol a swamp.
The TSG have been in twice in the last week alone.
And without warning. When the agreement was that heightened police activities of that kind would be discussed with local representatives beforehand to avoid just the kind of tensions that have now been created.
We seem to be back to the bad old days, Mr. Brownlow. And it is not our fault.
Kim?
My understanding of the TSG operations is that they've been targeting 2 particular suspects for some time. And when the opportunity arose, they had to act or risk losing them. There wasn't time for consultation.
My dear, if the police are to decide when there is or isn't time for consultation, our dialogue becomes a little one-sided, wouldn't you say? If pushed too hard, members of our community may also start acting without consultation.
Cheers, mate. Pleasure.
I hate this place.
Yeah,
Another cock-up by the planners.
Don't mind the architecture. I suspect it looked quite impressive as a model when they built it. It's just a pity they had to move people in and spoil it.
You received your discussion document for the consultative meeting next Thursday?
Yes.
Oh, good. Well, I'll see you there then.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oh, I'll be in my office if there's anything you want to discuss with me.
All right, Kim. Thanks very much. Well, Derek, I have to confess that's not the most constructive contribution I've seen you make to a meeting.
No, sir. I'm sorry about that.
Look, I realise that you're not wholeheartedly behind the Jasmine Allen initiative. But even you will have to admit that 2 years ago, there is no way that the likes of Joseph and Warwick would have stepped foot voluntary inside a police station. The fact that they're here and talking is proof that some progress has been made.
No, sir. To me, it proves that we're on a very dangerous road. We both know that crime is flourishing on Jasmine Allen. Not big crime, admittedly. Not the heavy mob we cleared out 2 years ago, but little crime. Crime not worth rocking the boat for. Crime we turn a blind eye to while we pour in money and resources to build up trust and understanding within the local community. And when the crime gets a little bit too big, when the burglaries get a little bit too frequent, or the drug dealing gets a little bit too blatant and we act, what do we get? Cooperation? Community understanding? No. We get a bollocking from Councillor Joseph and a threat. He's virtually telling us to keep out.
I think we should try and keep things in proportion, Derek.
Yes, I think we should, sir. Policing is a very simple thing. You screw the ones who deserve it, and you help the ones who don't. And you do that on the Jasmine Allen estate just as anywhere else, without fear or favour.
The only thing that's really changed is 2 years ago they would have dropped a telly on your head as you walked under these. They don't drop tellies anymore. They've all got new ones. All right, Monty, how's your life?
Awful, man. This a red?
Yeah, empty a cake tin. This is Delia. She's new. Well, newish.
Please don't.
Want some rum in your tea?
God, thank you.
For you, Tony?
Nah, just 3 sugars, Tar.
Thought you'd be off the streets, having been complained about and all.
Storm in a teacup, Monty. Everton loves us, really. Is he back?
He's back.
In his flat?
In the clubhouse.
So, anything else happening?
Mm-hmm. Help yourself, girl. It's homemade. Tastes awful, but it's homemade.
Thank you. Don't people mind then?
What?
Him making tea and cake for the police.
Someone has to do it. They wouldn't touch Monty, would they, mate?
Yeah?
Half the kids on the estate are his grandchildren. It's not bad for someone who's never been married. It's a good vantage point, this. And he's a nosy old git, aren't you?
I don't like this drug things, you know.
Thank you.
A little bit of ganja. For personal use? Okay. But all this snotting and shooting in the arm and thing, that's bad. Bad for the kids. So now and again, I make tea for Babylon.
So, is there anything? Where should we be looking then?
Lincoln House. In the bin chamber, you know, where all the trash is. It's getting regular there. One guy.
What's he pushing?
All kinds. Anything the customer can afford.
Young customers? All day?
Late afternoon. After school, you know.
Will he be there now? How do you fancy your body first time out?
What?
A collar. Monty reckons there's a pusher waiting to be nicked. So what do you reckon? Call up the cavalry or go for it?
Look, I don't know because Sergeant Cry, he's distinctly
He said use your judgment. Well, that's what we're doing. Low profile. We nick matey, whistle up a car, home, no hassle. Yeah?
All right.
Great. I knew you wouldn't turn out to be all mouth and nickels.
Hey!
Cheers, Monty. See you, mate.
595 from Sierra Oscar, receiving.
Receiving.
You still on Jasmine Allen, Tony?
Yes, Sarge. It's very quiet. Just going to check out a couple of things and take a turn around the new business park.
Should have told him.
We will. Cheers, mate.
Take care, Babylon.
Using a lookout on the other way. Sit down for a cup. Come on, lads, out of the way.
Members only. Members only, what do you want?
The lad who just went in. Red shirt, black tracksuit bottoms. He's nicked.
Members only. Sorry.
I want him out.
Leave it, Tony!
Just don't push,
Stuff,
man.
leave it.
Just don't push.
I want to talk to him and I'm legally entitled. Now bring him out or you're nicked and all.
Tony!
You're not coming in there, so move.
Sierra Oscar from 832. Urgent assistance required. Jasmine Allen estate.
832 from Sierra Oscar, receiving. Delia, this is Sergeant Cryer. What sort of assistance? What's happened?
We tried to arrest a drug pusher, only he's gone to Earth in the clubhouse, and they don't want to cooperate. He's an IC3, mid-teens, short hair, red
Sir?
shirt, and black tracksuit bottom.
Jasmine Allen.
All units from Sierra Oscar. Urgent assistance required at Jasmine Allen Estate.
Sierra 1 received.
Attempted arrest at clubhouse. Drug offence. Suspect IC3, mid-teens, short hair, red shirt, black tracksuit bottoms. Still at large.
Who's cut that one then, huh, Tony?
We don't want you, so move.
We have got to pull out!
Not without a body.
You got a body, Babylon.
Just for once, sunshine. Keep that out of it.
That's the kid we're after.
What about Tony and Delia?
They can hang on a second.
Anything else?
Yeah, I got hit in the stomach.
Better have a look.
Mr. Warwick attempted to release WPC Ackland's grip on the prisoner. When this failed, he hit her in the stomach and punched her in the face.
Any other witnesses to this attack?
Yes, Sarge. PC Quinnan.
So, you didn't see anything, Loxton?
No, sir. There was a lot of confusion, sir.
But you did?
Yes, sir. PC Stamp and I were assisting Meldrum, the drug pusher.
Alleged drug pusher?
Yeah, well, we were assisting Meldrum into the rear of the van when Warwick attacked WPC Ackland, sir.
You're certain it was him and not one of the others? I understand there was quite a scrum.
It was Warwick, sir.
There's no possibility at all that you're mistaken?
No, sir. None at all.
So,
This is policing without fear or favour, is it? Acting on your personal instructions, was he?
Sure.
Stamp. He couldn't have made a better hash of it if he had been.
It does seem prima facie that Warwick committed an offence.
On whose evidence? 2 officers who have a grudge against him?
And Ackland's?
Yes. Her word against Warwick's. You know very well that won't secure a conviction. And all for what? A tuppenny-halfpenny drug pusher that we're going to have to release anyway.
Release? Why? We had him bang to rights.
Apparently French has lost the evidence.
I definitely picked them up. I mean, I remember picking them up. They were like little packets. I mean, I don't even know what was in them. Crack, I suppose. Anyway, I was like clutching them in my hand like this, and I should have stuck them in my pockets. That's just stupid cow.
You don't always have time to think of these things.
Oh, yeah. It must have happened when we were outside that club, you know. And they just started us pushing and shoving Tony and,
Doesn't matter, love. Really.
But it does. I mean, I was so hyped up to do well this week. And then I was no bloody good when all the trouble started. I mean, I know that. I could have done anything. Anything, and I couldn't have stopped them. I mean, I was like an observer, you know. I was like pathetic.
You're not pathetic. You got plenty of bottles.
Oh, yeah. Mouth and nicking.
No. You made arrests. You nicked a bloke first day out on your street duties course, remember? Now, what happened today is different. Takes a lot of getting used to. Pure hate, it shakes you up. Now, you did fine. OK? Go and get yourself an early meal break. But just one thing that puzzles me. This pusher, Meldrum. Well, I mean, 1 minute Tony's on the radio saying things are all quiet. Then you come on and say a drug buster's gone wrong and the wheels come off. Tony wasn't doing his Lone Ranger bit, was he? Keeping a possible collar to himself?
No. No, I mean, we just went round the corner, you know, and, there the guy was.
Yeah. OK. Go on, off you go.
Well, I don't think there's any real damage done. Lucky you weren't pregnant, though.
Oh, thanks.
But I'd rather you went to hospital. Yeah. And don't drive yourself. Get a lift.
Oh, how you doing?
She says the hospital.
Oh, well, you go and sit down and I'll arrange it. Bad?
That was a nasty blow, but I think it's just bruising.
Is it worth a GBH?
Oh, I shouldn't think so, even with the face.
I'm not settling for a Section 51.
Oh, the injuries are worth an ABH, no question. Are your witnesses? That's the point. Do I need to see the prisoner?
No. No, not a scratch.
What's happening, Dr. Simmons? I've got no argument from Meldrum, sir, but Warwick has got to be charged.
I'm not suggesting otherwise. But I want him released on bail on his own recognizance as quickly as possible and with the minimum amount of hassle.
You get no hassle from me, sir. He's in cell 4 if you want to check.
Alec, you know perfectly well what I mean. I want you to get your head around the wider political implications of this. Now, less than an hour after attending a meeting in this building, Warwick is dragged back in. Of the 20 or 30 people allegedly attacking the police on the Jasmine Allen estate, he's the only one to have been arrested. A lot of people are going to find that extremely provocative.
Pardon me, sir. Sorry for butting in, but aren't we forgetting something? June Ackland has been assaulted. She was punched in the face, whacked in the stomach. She may be permanently damaged for all we know. And all I've heard since then is, are we sure? Can we prove it? Why have we arrested him? What about his friends? Well, as far as I'm concerned, I don't give a toss about his friends. A police officer has been hurt. Our concern should be for her welfare, not Mr. Warwick's friends.
Of course I'm concerned about June Ackland. I'm also concerned for the welfare of life and property in this borough. And I do not need you to teach me my responsibilities. Thank you, Sergeant.
You a racist, Stamp?
No, sir.
Only, whenever there's a point of friction with the black community, you're the piece of grit they're rubbing up against. Would you like a transfer to Aberystwyth?
No, thank you, sir. I hate the Welsh.
You are a racist, then?
Only against the Welsh. Otherwise, the only people I hate are slag. Black, white, pink, green. Colours immaterial.
Everton Warwick is slag, then, is he?
In my opinion, yes, sir.
So you stitched him up? You and Quinnan? Revenge for the complaint?
No, sir.
That's how it's going to look.
I can't help that. What would you rather I did? Tell lies so he gets off?
All right, don't get cocky, please. I am on your side, basically. But if ever I find out you have stitched him up...
Just in case you're interested, Derek, everything's quiet on the Jasmine Allen estate at the moment. I've got a call into Lawrence Joseph. I'd like you to prepare a statement for the media. Hopefully, common sense will prevail in the short term.
Well, it looks like rain anyway, so that usually helps.
You written your statement yet, Sam?
Not yet, sir, no.
Well, I'd like it done today. I want to get the papers over to the CPS as soon as possible.
Sir.
Might be appropriate if you took June Ackland to hospital, as it was effectively you who put her there.
You don't have to stay.
No, it's okay.
Well, I'd rather you didn't, to be quite honest. No offence, but I'm a big girl now.
I'll wait outside.
We can get a cab.
No, I'll wait.
Monty? I fell down the stairs, Babylon. I fell.